What's up, guys? Hopefully all of you are doing well. Today we're going to be making a soup. I know I am slacking on my soups, so I'm trying to do better. This is my own oxtail soup. I do like this soup. I had to make it a few times to get it just right for you guys, hence why we're making it on a Monday. But it's a few steps. Let's get into it. All right, so this recipe starts off with about 4 pounds of oxtails. If you have a little bit more, it's okay. With oxtails, you do need to trim them. They have an excessive amount of fat that runs around the exterior of the tail. For those of you who don't know, the oxtail is the tail of the cow. It is very gelatinous and very fatty, as you can see. And to help this soup be less fatty, we do need to trim as much fat as possible. So they're all trimmed and ready to go. What you can do now is give them a good seasoning. Now, I'm going to season not just the tops and bottoms, but also the side. I'm using my one-stop shop. You guys know I'm using GDS. You can find it at gdseasoning.com, along with this recipe and the exact measurements and the steps. You are going to need them. This recipe has been broken down quite a bit, so you should be fine. In a large pot over medium-high heat with maybe a tablespoon or two of oil, I'm going to brown the oxtails on all of the sides and the top and bottom. About 2 to 3 minutes each. You can just get some nice color on there. Oxtails already contain quite a bit of fat. That's why I didn't load the pot up with oil. And this just so happens to be the same pot that I'm going to make the actual soup. Make sure that you do not overload the pot either, because you don't want the oxtails to steam. You want them to brown, just like that. All right, so you may have to do the browning in batches. Now I'm just getting our veggies ready to make the stock. I have a large carrot, a big onion, some bay leaves, fresh thyme, fresh rosemary, some parsley, and some celery. Now look, this was 6 o'clock in the morning and I wasn't about to leave the house to go get some celery. For this particular part of the recipe, I went later. So I just put the word there so y'all will get what I'm talking about. All right, so I also use 6 teaspoons of beef bouillon paste, which is also equal to 6 of the cubes. So if that's what you have, that's fine. Okay, so everything goes in the pot. The oxtails are on the bottom. I put all the veggies and the herbs on top. And then I'm going to pour about 12 to 13 cups of water. Now, some of you may be thinking, why don't you just use beef stock at this point? Well, you can use beef stock. If that's what you want to use, you can. However, I get questions all the time about sodium levels. If you use beef stock, you can't control the salt that much. You're stuck with what's coming in that box or the can. If you do it this way, you can control your salt at the front of the recipe. Okay, so we're just going to bring the stock up to a boil. We're going to turn it down to a simmer over low heat, cover it, and we're going to let it simmer for 3 hours. You heard me. 3 hours. So I went and got another hour of sleep, and then I went to the store to get the celery. Don't judge me. All right, so our beef stock is done. Now we need to take out our tender oxtails. We've already accomplished that. Those are tender and ready to go, but you got to deal with this stock. This stock is very oily. Remember what I said earlier? Oxtails are very fatty and gelatinous. Yeah, it's in that soup. And as you look close, you can see that the top of the soup is very shiny. So we want to try to extract some of that. So what we need to do is cool the stock all the way down and have that fat come up to the top. There are our oxtails all tender and ready to go. I'm just going to put those to the side and deal with the stock. What I really suggest is that you make this stock the day before. It'll be much easier on you. Trust me, I did this all in one day. I can do it. But if you're making this soup for the first time and just making beef stock, period, any stocks, do them the day before. All right, so I'm pouring all of my stock into a bowl through a sieve because I want to extract all the goodness that I put in that stock, the carrots and the herbs. All of that has done its job. Throw it away. You heard me. Throw it away. Don't marry it. You don't need it anymore. You can see that fat really settling at the top of the stock. What I need to do is cool it down. So I'm going to show you how to do an ice bath. We've done ice baths before. This is an example from another video. Ice baths are basically 50-50 ice water slush. And the point of doing this is to bring the temperature of a product all the way down. You want to hit about 70 degrees, but if you can get below 100, you'll be doing good. You can use a bowl in a bowl, or you can take the bowl to a sink with ice and water to cool the product down. Those are from previous videos too. I'm going to link those below. After I cooled it down, I put the stock in the freezer for 1.5 to 2 hours. Now that's a rush job. And you can see the fat that came up to the top. If you're doing the stock the day before, which I suggest, go ahead and put it in the refrigerator after you cool it down, and you'll get the same result. I know stocks may look like they are a pain to make, but they are worth it. The same step is included in my video when you make chicken stock, okay? Cooling it down, taking out the fat. That, again, puts you in complete control, all right? So if you skip this step, you are on your own. Don't come back here having something to say. Let's move on to our stock in the pot. Now, making the actual soup, you're only an hour away from it, actually less than an hour. You're just gonna pour your cool stock back into a pot, heat it up with your oxtails, cover it, and let it come back up to a nice simmer. In the meantime, you're gonna get your vegetables ready to actually make the soup. And it is some of the same vegetables we use in the stock. So when you're at the grocery store, don't be afraid to buy the whole bunch of the celery or the herbs, okay? I've got carrots, celery, turnip greens, that's what's on the left-hand side of the screen, onions, garlic, tomato paste, Worcestershire sauce, and the fresh herbs and some potatoes in the back. I cut up the carrots and the celery about the same size, about what, an inch and a half, and then I cut up my turnip greens. I'm using turnip greens because they are thinner and they take less time to cook, and they make the soup, that gives the soup a nice texture and a nice look as far as greenery. Here I'm making a slurry. This is for those of you who would rather have maybe a stew texture. All I did was take 4 tablespoons of flour, take some of the hot stock now that is simmering on the stove, mix it in, and then I'm going to add it back to the pot just before I start adding the vegetables. That's when you would add the slurry in right then. Just mix it in and you'll get that nice stew texture. Follow through with your greens, give those a nice little head start, about 5-10 minutes. And your seasonings, taste it to make sure you're not too salty, all right? Any other seasonings you could add at this point too, some red pepper flakes, any kind of spice that if you want to make it hot, go ahead and add it now. And all of the rest of the vegetables, except for the carrots and the potatoes, will go in. Let those cook for about 15-20 minutes. With the lid on. If you notice, I've kept the lid on for most of the video. If you keep the lid off of this soup, you're going to have evaporation and your soup is going to concentrate down a little. You're going to lose some of your juice. I like it a little soupy, so that's why I kept the top on for most of the cooking period. All right, so the soup has been cooking with the lid on. I took it off after about 15 or 20 minutes, added my potatoes and carrots, pushed them down in there. All right, and then I put the lid back on and let them simmer just until the potatoes and the carrots are tender. That took about 20 minutes. And this is what the result looks like with the slurry. So you see how you have that nice stew-like texture? It's not overly thick though, won't be that. But I prefer this texture because I was going for a soup. So good, so filling and warm. Like I said, do the stock the day before, and that way the soup comes together in about an hour the next day. Now it's time for some viewer shout outs. This is when you guys make my recipes and then you send me pictures so that I can give you a shout out. Melissa made my sweet potato pound cake with a rum glaze. She sent me this photo via Twitter and she did a fantastic job. Looks really good. Kiana made my fully loaded cheese and bacon mashed potatoes like the day after the video went up. I try to get these recipes right so you guys can make them whenever you want. Don't worry, this soup has plenty of juice for you to just bury over the oxtail. I just plated it this way so you guys could actually see what was in the soup, all right? Serve it with your favorite biscuits and cornbread. Thank you all so much for joining me. You know I appreciate it when you come cook with me and hang out. Don't forget this recipe and others can be found at gdseasoning.com, and I'll see you next time.